Like its designer, Brian, it has a squeaky clean designer image, and in my opinion, you can't go past this piece of paradise in the desert. Brian, when I first come in, it is just such a different home than what's on the market or like anywhere right now.
Yes.
I'd seen the photographs and thought, oh, it's a nice home, but it wasn't until I got here and walked through what's almost like a see-through house that this whole thing just comes into its own. Brian, so you're the owner, the designer, the builder?
Yes, this is something that we do. And this particular home was definitely a difficult home to build because of the large spans of open space and the amount of glass and so forth.
That is just, I mean, how wide is this span right here?
This span is, I believe, 45 feet, open span with no structural supports anywhere in the center.
That has got to be one of the widest spans, I think, in the desert. That's
a very unusual span for being completely wide open, such as this.
Now, when you're designing a home like this, what were you thinking? Because it is such a beautiful design, and I'll tell you why. It's a journey to kind of discover more about what's behind all these circles and lines going in different directions.
Yes, definitely. I think each home that we do, we try and make a statement and come up with interesting designs that are unique to the community and then, of course, to the environment around. And it's always an accomplishment to try and do something that is very interesting, different, one of a kind, and at the same time, these are architectural statements. Yeah. So we call them architecture as art.
It really is, isn't it?
Yes.
But it works though too, because I mean, sometimes you can design things for the sake of looking pretty, but not practical. But this is so practical. Case in point, both of the bedrooms on both sides of the home open up to the outdoors. And right. It's almost like you're actually sleeping outside.
Right, and people here in the desert do that. Some people do put their beds outside when the weather's perfect, but at the same time, you could open up the pocket doors and have the indoor-outdoor experience. So, and a lot of people do that. They sleep with the doors wide open. The temperature's some of the best in the United States. I mean, it doesn't get much better than this. Look at how beautiful it is today.
I do, it's so lovely. Now, circles and geometrical shapes and lines, this is a big part of what you do, isn't it?
Yes, the design elements are, we call it curvilinear, where we take straight, bold lines and mix them with curves, radiuses, all kinds of angular pieces, things that are attractive to the eye and give a feel of uniqueness.
Yeah.
And always interesting to the eye.
What I love about what you do is it's not just putting a circle for the sake of putting a circle there. That's a wonderful place to put a dining room, right underneath the circle.
Yes.
And a circular table as well.
Yes, definitely. And of course, they have the water feature around it as well.
Yeah. Also, the lines here, you've borrowed the lines from the pool and kind of brought them inside too.
That's correct. We tried to play off of the lines that are on the outside of the house to bring them all the way through. So that way it's a consistent type of theme. The inside architecture and the outside architecture blend as one whole architectural statement.
Water is really important to you, I've noticed, in your designs. Why is that? Why do you like to have water when you arrive?
I personally like the idea of water, especially in the desert, because it adds a tranquil feel. Okay. And just adds nice reflection at night. It can light up, just to add interest.
One of your hallmarks too is you like to do glass with an angle. Like some of your front doors are done with an angle.
Yes.
And in your bathrooms, almost always the shower screen.
Yes. Yeah, it's just, again, trying to make it more interesting rather than it being the typical that you'll conventionally see in most homes.
When I walked in here, I kind of was stunned because the big open glass at the front of the home kind of really greets you because you can see right through.
Yes.
Which I really loved because I kind of went in, saw the circular things that were going on, and then of course you're just drawn to come out through to the backyard.
Yes.
And that's when you stand back at the house and you think, wow, this is just so clever and thought out so well.
The main entry here, you come in, you have the water feature that wraps from the front of the house to the inside, And then, of course, you're first greeted with, once you enter the front doors, is this massive span of openness looking out to the backyard. You're seeing 90% of the rear yard right when you enter the entry through this massive span. So the floor plan basically is set up to have it to where you enter into the great room, all the main areas where all the fun is, all the action is. And of course, outside is an extension of the main house where you can go outside and enjoy the fire feature, the spa, the pool, swim laps if you want. And then of course, when the day winds down, it's time to go to sleep. The master bedroom's on that whole side, encompassing the whole area, that whole left side of the house.
It almost has like almost a warehouse kind of feel about it in some areas of the home. Like, for instance, the glass doors that go into the bedroom. It's almost very commercial, isn't it?
Yes, definitely.
And I kind of like that real modern,
Yes.
crisp lines.
Yeah, it is. And it brings in more light again.
Oh, of course. And it lights that hallway, I guess.
Yes, all the hallway, and then of course all the glass, frosted glass doors are just more interesting as compared to a wood door that you would see in most homes.
The master bedroom ensuite is just so beautiful, and dual showers, right? One outside.
Well, actually, there's 3 showers.
Is there?
We have his and hers on the inside,
Yeah.
on opposing sides.
Of course.
And then on the outside, it does have an outdoor shower as well, which is good from after swimming, or if you want to enjoy the beautiful weather and shower outside in the middle of the day, why not? It's
Yeah.
stunningly beautiful.
It's absolute credit to you. I just love the design. It's so beautiful. I mean, I guess the only thing left to ask is cost. What's it going to cost to own this?
$1,795,000.
Awesome. And they can get in contact with you at Brian Foster Design.
That's correct, BrianFosterDesigns.com.
Awesome.